Hi everyone, this is Kyle with kayDbait. I wanted to make video 9 of my debate videos. This one is actually supposed to be on priorities, where my last video was going to be on priorities, but it changed into more of a understanding the other person's value system. So I'm going to reiterate some of the points, but then go more into priorities. Priority is something that people strive for. It's something that they want or that they're actively seeking. And in a debate, you should be seeking to inform. But if the other person is not seeking to inform and is seeking to do something else, you have to understand what their priorities are and what the people listening to you are trying to learn from it as well. There are people that are actively trying, whether they're participating or not, to twist what you say, to destroy what you're saying, either internally or externally if it's the other person. And when people do that, when people are actively trying to hurt you or just not listen, you have to change how you present your arguments to better inform them anyway. Because you don't dismiss. A debate should not ever be dismissed for anyone, especially if you are the one giving the information. You cannot say, these people are lost, I'm not even going to try talking to them. They don't care, they don't want to learn, whatever. You can't do that. If you do that, you are the one giving up. And there's always a chance that something will spark and that they will say, hey, I want to learn a little bit more. And that's like my goal, is to find somebody that is technically lost or being given up on by other people and be able to help them understand a subject that they themselves either have also given up on or actively hate or whatever, because it's like a challenge. It's like when I do these things and I cannot do them, being able to suddenly do them makes me feel like I've progressed. And I want them to be able to do that also, either with my help or without my help, or at least giving them the first steps. And there's a lot of people that are on the brink of understanding a subject, but they just don't care enough to take the step. It's right there. All they have to do is, bite the bullet and jump in. And it's almost painful to watch somebody standing at the edge of knowledge and just, they don't want to go in because it's too outside of their comfort zone to learn this new thing that they've heard about but don't understand fully. And I want to say that it's learning is beautiful, but it's scary when it goes against what you already think you know. Ignorance is bliss. Not knowing the other side is a form of comfort because you don't have to worry about it. And while I find that to be a very damaging view, it still makes you happy. So it's so hard to find that motivation to jump into this new subject and with all the goods and bads, because all it seems to do is complicate things. I used to be a very ignorant person. When I was very young, I had my own ideals, and while I knew them very well, I didn't know the other side. And I was not a happy child, but I was content in my knowledge that I was right and they were wrong. And that is not good. That did not benefit anyone, including myself. It did not benefit anyone. And I am trying actively to learn more so that that will never happen again, and that I will be able to help people that are in that situation and have them be better people as well. That is my priority. My priority is to inform. But if their priority is to demean or dismiss, if they are only yelling for this other reason, which could be anything, it could be their own ego, that they want to say their mind and listen to themselves speak, which there are people that do that, or they're only speaking to these people, which are usually their constituents, or they're trying to demean you actively. There are so many different ways and reasons that people can debate. You have to understand the priorities. You have to understand that if somebody is not listening to you at all, and they're just not going to no matter what you say, you can say anything to them and they will not care. There is a very different way of speaking to those people, where you may have to, and I don't say do this regularly, but you have to stop speaking to them and start speaking to the people that are listening. Because at worst case scenario is they don't listen anyway. Best case scenario is you help the people that are listening, and maybe the person you're speaking to will have to up their game. And in doing so, may have to listen to what you're saying. Because if you don't understand the other side, you can't make a good debate. You can't. If you don't resonate at all with the other person, if you just ignore everything they say or dismiss every single thing the other person says, the people listening will generally say, well, that guy's being a jerk. He's just not listening to anything the other guy says. And you see it on political TV a lot, where you'll see a person present evidence, and the other person's like, you got that from the, and it's like they're making everything sound like trash. It's like, that fact is trash. The person you got it from is trash. The institute you're talking about is trash. Your entire subject is trash. And the other person's like, well, I have evidence, this is this, this is this. And it makes the other guy, the person that's saying everything is trash, sound like the biggest jerk ever. And the only people that will listen to him, the only people that will even give him an ear, will be the people that already agree with those views. And they're not learning anything. They're not trying to integrate new information. They just want the reiteration of the same thing. And that's the person that guy's talking to. He's saying it's trash because the people that he wants to agree with him also believe it's trash. And you can't learn from that. You can't discuss something with somebody because all they're going to see is you throwing up this dogma onto their argument, and you're not listening. They're vomiting this stuff onto you, and it's not fun to have that done to you, but it's also in some ways, looking back on it, hilarious, because with the information age you can rewatch it and see, well, this guy's a lunatic. This guy's not trying to learn. He's just trying to sound the way he's always sounded. You know, dogma's very popular with certain people. A very strong stance for one side or the other is very popular with some people. They don't care if it's logical. They don't care if it's reasonable. They care if it sounds like what they already believe in. That's their priority, is to reinforce what they already believe. And that is not a debate. That is the opposite of a debate. That's not to learn. That's to reinforce what you thought you already know so that you don't have to learn. You've been told you're right. Hey, everybody, you're right. It doesn't matter what this other guy's trying to inform you of. Don't even listen to him. That's the opposite of a debate. And it hurts me, but it also makes me laugh that people can be so ignorant, that people can be so dogmatic in their views that they're willing to just say the stupidest stuff over and over again on national television and be laughingstocks for the people that actually know the subject. And the only people that they're trying to sound cool with are the people that are also ignorant, or who also just flat out agree regardless of this other stuff. And there are people that are very informed that also agree, but they will not respect how you're presenting it. The people that know the subject, that understand both sides and still agree with the person vomiting the information, those people will not respect the person vomiting the information. They're going to say, well, yeah, his conclusion is correct, but his argument stinks. And that his entire premise for being there is to argue the case. And all he's doing is damaging it. You're not going to be respected by your peers. You're going to be demeaned because you're demeaning yourself. So you're not speaking to those people either. You're speaking to the uneducated, the people that go to you for the information because you sound like you know, and then you're reinforcing their ignorance with your ignorance, and the people that are informed are laughing at you because you're an idiot. And it's funny and it's sad at the same time. And I don't even know how to go off of this. It's just, know why they're saying stuff. Know what they're trying to do. Know what you're trying to do. And don't fall into that. Don't fall into that, the putrefaction of ideas because they're stagnant. Learn. Just learn. It doesn't matter what you learn. Just learn everything. And then you'll be able to look at these things and laugh. And that's a good thing. So, that's it. that's my view on priorities. So peace.